Welcome back to Levels Fact Friday. I am Gordon Yang.
And I'm Gavin Rust.
We are coming to you from the student newsroom here at De Anza College on the 9th Friday of the full quarter. Today, we're bringing you campus updates and events.
Thanksgiving is around the corner and programs on campus are in the giving spirit.
The De Anza Latinx associations are hosting the Gracias Tuesday campaign to raise money for the student scholarships and the Latinx student graduation. Donate through their online portal now through December the 2nd.
The Auto Tech Club and the Hub organized a canned food drive and clothing drive until November 24th. Stop by building E1 from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. to drop off donations. De Anza swim and dive teams are not only readying themselves up for their upcoming season, but also hosting a canned food drive.
Drop off your canned foods for the sports team competitions at PE 11 on Monday and Wednesday from 9:30 a.m. to 10:45 a.m. On Tuesday and Thursday, drop off at the pool deck from 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Teams challenged all other intercollegiate De Anza teams for who can donate the most canned foods. The prize, baked cookies. In more sports news, this weekend is stacked with playoffs and championship matches. Notably, the cross-country women's team will compete in the state championships tomorrow, November 22nd, coming from a regional championship last week, their first regional title since 2012.
The football team find themselves in the same boat, competing the American Division Championship Bowl tomorrow, November the 22nd, against Feather River College at De Anza College at noon.
I don't know what they're feeding the athletes at Feather River College, but its women's volleyball team is ranked number 1 in the state. De Anza's women's volleyball team ended its season with a 15-15 preseason and regular season record, just shy from qualifying in regionals.
The women's soccer team ended its season last Friday on a low note with an overall record of 1 win, 13 losses, and 4 ties. They will be gearing up for the off-season in January 2026.
The men's soccer team, however, advances to the second round in NorCal Regionals after defeating Modesto Junior College 2-1 in overtime at a home game on Wednesday, November 19th. We had a reporter on the pitch who captured a video of the final moments of the match where the very large De Anza baseball team rushed the field to celebrate with their fellow Mountain Lions.
An interesting case involving the Stanford Daily and the Secretary of State Marco Rubio and the Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem was held at the federal court in San Jose on Tuesday, November the 18th. What was on the table? Freedom of speech.
I was on the scene reporting. Let's hear from the Stanford Daily's lead attorney, Connor Fitzpatrick, who spoke exclusively with Levos. Behind me at the Robert F. Peckham Federal Building and Courthouse here in downtown San Jose, a court hearing was held regarding the Stanford Daily's case against Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, who the Stanford Daily accuses of creating, quote, a chilling effect on free speech in the United States. The Stanford Daily says that their international students are quitting their positions within the paper or are refusing to take on stories regarding the Israeli-Gaza conflict because they're afraid of being deported or having their visas revoked. We spoke with their lawyer, Connor Fitzpatrick, for more.
They have already had staff members quit the newspaper because they are afraid that their name will be attached to a story about Israel and Palestine that will result in their immigration status being targeted.
After today's hearing, what comes next in the case?
So the judge has ordered additional briefing and information to be filed on the question of standing before the judge reaches the ultimate First Amendment merits of this case, and both sides are ready and willing to provide that. In every case, the court has to assure itself that it has what's called standing, which is that the plaintiffs who are bringing the claims have the appropriate legal facts to assert the constitutional challenge that they assert. The court relayed that it had some questions about standing and about some of the individual aspects of the plaintiffs and indicated that the court wanted more briefing and information from both sides. And so that's the next step in the case now. Abusing immigration law to deport people for sharing a message that the government does not like is new territory, and that's why we're challenging it.
In a statement from the U.S. Attorney's Office, who is representing the Secretary of State and the Secretary of Homeland Security, the suit will move forward with a briefing schedule for their defendants to dismiss the case.
Let us know in the comments, what are your thoughts on this open case of freedom of speech and non-citizen rights to that American value?
Thank you for tuning in. This is Gavin Rust.
And this is Gordon Yang covering the latest news here at De Anza. We will see you again for our next Levels Fact Friday.